Hey cakers! Hey cakers, I just want to give you an update on my kitchen. So it's not quite complete yet, but I am very close to having a finished kitchen. So you can see it kind of goes on for a little bit. There's a lot to look at. First, we have over here is my photo station, my videography station. So you can see that I have a table dedicated just for doing all my videos and things. And then the counter back here, that is specifically for taking photos of my cakes. So, you know, when you see all these pictures that I post, this is where you're seeing all of it happen. Then over here, I have my two refrigerators. These are my cake fridges. And up above, you can see some cakes I have on display. You can kind of ignore the notes I have there. I have my bakery rack right here with my saran wrap and a bunch of trays and things. This space right here is going to get a 3-compartment sink. I have yet to get that, but I will be getting one soon. It's on my to-do list that never seems to end. You can come back here. I've got my regular sink over here. I've got my dishwasher. You know, I have my metal racks over here for holding all of my spatulas and my knives and things like that. 2 microwaves, 2 ovens. It was very pricey because I wanted to get them to match, so I couldn't buy them used. I had to buy them new. That was a little pricey, but I think it was worth it. See, this is my personal fridge over here. This is where I keep all my personal food, and you've got some other stuff over there. Right here you have my 2 KitchenAids. I love my KitchenAids. This is my pantry. I have my regular pantry. This is where I keep all my normal food. This is where I keep all my cake food and my fondant at the bottom. This is where I keep even more of my cake food. I have a lot of chocolate. I have just food and fondant. Let's actually go here into the middle aisle. Over here, what I did is I got regular metal racks. They're about $60 at Target. It was a lot cheaper at Target than getting them online. And then what I did is I got these wire baskets. Can you see that? The wire baskets, I got them $4 each at IKEA. I love these baskets. And I just zip tied them and connected them, and I was able to really organize everything that I have in my pantry. So I have like a whole thing dedicated to squeeze bottles. I have, you know, like my mats for making sugar flowers, my Silpat mats. I have a bunch of silicone molds in here. And then I have other bins over here for my isomalt stuff and down here. And these are all my small cookie cutters. I have them all labeled and in different categories. So I have like square cutters, hearts, circles. I've had these for a while, but I went and bought more of them down here, and I have yet to completely organize and label those. I even have a whole stack here, if you can see that. A whole stack here is just for my petal dust, my luster dust, my disco dust. This is the other side. This is all my boxes. I have them all labeled by size, so it's a lot easier. Can you see that? 8x8s. It's a lot easier to find the box sizes that I need because they're all stacked on top of each other, but they're all labeled. I can quickly flip through them and find the size that I need. And then I have, it's kind of hard to see, but I have all my cake pans, and they're individually placed into these wire baskets. Again, $4 each at IKEA, and I think it's absolutely worth it. These baskets can fit up to 10-inch cake pans. So it doesn't fit anything larger than 10-inch, but that's totally fine. So I have some odd cake pans, and then it goes from 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch. I have 2 for my 6-inch pans because I have so many of them. I have my 7-inch, my 8-inch, 9, 10, and then I just have some other odds and ends like ramekins and other tools that I can use for baking different things. And then down here I have my extra cake pans that don't fit up here, and you know, the large ones or just the extra ones, those are all organized down below. And then I have all my cake boards. Okay, now we go to the last aisle. Over here, this is the other side. You know, I have things like an induction burner. I have other pans. I love making tarts, so I have a lot of tart pans between these two. A Madeleine pan. I have my square pans down here, and just other random ones, weird shapes that I can use for different kinds of projects. I don't use them as often, so that's why they're at the very end. I just got these shelves put up. This was a recent addition. So just in this back corner, I have these black IKEA shelves. They were extras that we had on hand. So I had my husband put them up for me, and this is holding on to most of my styrofoam, and right now it's holding on to, can you see that? My sugar flowers. And then I just have a table back here for odds and ends, different projects I'm working on. This is one of my insulation boxes used for deliveries. I had to pull it out of my car, so I just put it back here as well. Right here is my full freezer. So I use this just for cakes, full freezer. I stole it from my parents. They are never getting it back. But it just holds on to cakes when I have to do mass production. Then everything goes in here once it's labeled and wrapped. Before we get to the pegboard, we have my carts. So this is one of my carts. This one is just for sprinkles. So it's got 3 tiers here, and it is just my sprinkle cart. And this right here, this is my coloring cart. So it's a lot of my my food gels. It is my airbrushing colors. It is my oil colors, you know, some dry dust, just my large dry dust bottles. Really just anything I need to paint on a cake or airbrush or color anything. It is in this cart. Put on a cart so that I can easily wheel this in and out of the kitchen. It's awesome. This is my tool cart. So I just have a bunch of mugs in here, and this is where I keep, it's hard to coordinate this. This is where I keep a lot of my tools in individual mugs, and they are organized. Not so much right now, but I have my medium-sized paintbrushes, I have large paintbrushes, I have, you know, my much smaller ones. I have my rolling pins are over here, sharp tools, sugar shapers, all of that is on this cart. And then the bottom tiers are my power tools. Maybe I'll figure out a better place to put those. Now, let's look at my pegboard. So this is my pegboard. I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 large pegboards. These are from IKEA. And then I have 2 rows of them. So actually I have 10 here. I have my rolling pins. I have more rolling pins up here just hanging out. I have ribbon, scissors, my fondant smoothers. I have, you know, my thermometer and my thermometer and my heat gun. And then I have just things like markers and pins to write on stuff with. These are my edible markers over here. I have a bunch of these open clear containers, and what's nice about these is that if I just want to grab the whole thing, I can pull it out, I can run over here into the kitchen, work on my project, and it's a lot easier to put things away. Whereas if I just want to grab one thing, I can slide it open, grab it, leave it there if I want. I have my gloves here, super accessible. I can just grab my gloves and go. You know, I have my support straws. Dowels are incredibly time consuming. And then I just have a bunch of other random tools over here. But yeah, I have all these different cutters. I have wire cutters. I have PVC pipe cutters. Everything. I have paper up here, paper rolls. I have my dowels. Those go in the center of my cakes. And I don't know, just like dowel scraps. I use these to stir isomalt with, and then I just throw them away. So when I have ends that I don't need anymore, they just go in this cup right here. Yeah, I have sandpaper to smooth out styrofoam when I do a styrofoam dummy. I have texture mats, didn't know where else to put them. When I'm done with order forms, they all just kind of go here so that I can find them later. So these are finished order forms and sketches and whatever. I'll organize that later. I've got some cake toppers up there. These are ones that I've used for projects and I don't know what to do with them now. I don't know, I have some sugar flowers up there. These are some of my cookie cutters. I was just trying to clean up my shelves. I have a lot more than that, but right now they're on this pegboard. They are going to go over to this wall back here very soon. I don't know what I'm going to do with this space once I move these cookie cutters. Right now, this is where it is. I also have one of these fabric bins just for my receipts. I have a lot of ribbon to choose from. I love that. I have all these different cutters here. This is my delivery toolkit. So when I go on a cake delivery, I have all the tools I need for that delivery in this bag at all times. So when I'm ready to leave, I just grab the bag, I'm out the door. I also have some books in here. These are some of my portfolio books. I use them for cake tastings. Yeah, I love having this book. This is actually my second one. It has a lot of pages in there. This is my original one. So I have my chocolate molds, I have isomalt molds, and then I have just a couple other molds over here and some stencils. And then down here, these are binders. I just keep things like certificates and whatnot in there. This is my school book from when I went to Bonnie Gordon College of Confectionery Arts. The book was getting heavily damaged, so I went through and organized it all into this book. And then right here is usually my recipe book where I handwrite all my own recipes. This is my school book. I went through, I put this book together, I cut every sheet, the spiral off of every sheet, and then I put them all into these plastic sheets, and it is a huge binder, huge. And I even went through and labeled everything. So all my recipes are color-coded. My blue recipes are fillings and buttercreams. My red recipes are cake recipes. My orange ones are, I believe, just other random ones, like Italian meringue and marshmallows. And then the yellow labels are other baked goods, pastries, and all that. This is where I keep my cakes on display. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this right so you can see it. So I have all these cakes on display. They're just random projects that I just still have on hand, and those just stay up there. These cakes, and that's Jimbo. Over here. So this is most of the kitchen you saw. And then right here, I have a table right here, and then I have a rolling cart right here. The cart is for deliveries, and then this table I usually reserve for like sugar flour making, whatever, something that I want to continuously work on for multiple days at a time, but still keep open spaces to continue baking. That's my table over here. And then up above, I've been watching Schitt's Creek. So good. But yeah, so that's my kitchen. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll be bringing you a lot more content very soon. Bye!